welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be basically telling you guys everything you need to know, tips and tricks, my experience about box braids. Box braids have always been my go-to style, and I will just, jump into this video in different little categories, and hopefully it helps some of you guys out if you have never had box braids before, if you plan on getting them, or if you just want to learn some more information, because it never hurt anybody to know some new stuff, right? So yeah, stay tuned. Alrighty, so let's start with my personal experience. Let me just say I've been rocking braids for the longest, since I was a little child. I will say that I'm not tender-headed. I'm used to having braids in my head, so that's the reason I said it. So yeah, a lot of people usually ask me who does my hair. Fortunately for me, I just have my mother do it. So yeah, I can't do them myself. It's really, really sad. I've had in braids since January. Of course, on and off, I take out the braids after a while, and then I wash my hair and I get them redone. So I've not had them in since January, just to clarify that, because someone may ask. So yeah, I will get into more details of how long I usually keep them in, but I've been consistently wearing them as like my go-to style since then, and the main reason I love it is convenience. Second reason is because of the versatility and the style options you have with it. You can do different lengths. I did the bob box braids. I've done really, really long braids, which I have in now, which is like literally by my hip. You can also do different colors, different sizes of the braid. There's much bigger box braids, and there's smaller braids as well. I really like the size that I have in now. Like I said, I've done the bob, I've done different colors, light brown, black, this burgundy, this like slight burgundy color, almost red, and I'm loving it. And as far as my personal experience for my box braid style that I have in right now, so I've had this style in for a month, and I personally think it doesn't look too shabby. Looking good. So now is the portion of how to maintain your hair. I will probably include tips on how to grow your hair out and just how I keep my hair looking really fresh and neat for a good period of time. So yeah, it's not really in any specific order, so let's just jump into it now. The main thing I want to say for hair growth and for your hair to look really nice and fresh for a long time is low manipulation. You also want to avoid any hairstyles that causes a lot of tension and friction to your hair, including like high ponytails, buns, pulling your hair back, anything like that. If you guys notice, I usually always have my hair down, and I'm not going to lie, especially during the summer, it's been kind of hard at times because it's so hot. So if I want to keep my hair away from my face, I'll just have like a little headband and push everything back. Or I'll probably put a low ponytail. I won't put a high ponytail, I'll put a low ponytail, or I'll take a few pieces of my hair and kind of pull it back. But I pretty much avoid high buns and stuff like that. I do it on occasions because, the whole point of braids is you can have fun and do all these funky, cool hairstyles, but just be very selective with it. Don't do it every single day. And just be very mindful of how tight you're pulling your hair. Second tip of keeping your hair looking all fresh and clean, also while promoting hair growth, is keeping your hair moisturized. A lot of people get their hair braided and it's like, alright, I ain't gotta worry about my hair, I ain't gotta do nothing to it. And it's true to a certain extent. You definitely don't have to twist your hair out every single night and do all that stuff every single night or every other night. But you do need to make sure you take care of your scalp and keep it moisturized. Hair is underneath these braids and you do not want to neglect it. So I recommend whichever method you prefer most to moisturize your hair. We all have different textures of hair, and our hair reacts differently to the way we moisturize it. So what I like to do is use light oils, or just spritz it with water and oil combined. Anything very light, because you don't want to have your scalp clogged with all of this stuff. And on occasions, like every week or so, I'll take like a shea butter mixture and just, you know, at night go over my hair, like the scalp part, and just moisturize that in. So I'll do like a thick moisturizer once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then every other day I'll spritz it with water. And another tip to make your hair just look super fresh would be to also put some like oil at the bottoms of your, you know, actual extensions and stuff like that, because you don't want to neglect it. You don't have to do like a super expensive oil or anything, but make sure your entire head is moisturized. So yeah, I personally recommend you having your hair in for a few weeks to a month. Nothing too long, you guys, because you don't want your hair to be super strained and dirty and just, it's not a good look. And if you have it in longer, be very, very mindful of how your hair is looking. Don't have it tugging down. And like I said, since my mom does my hair, I usually do redo the front parts of my hair because it will naturally grow out and start to like tug down. So if you have the, you know, the beauty of having someone in your family that can braid hair, or you can do it yourself, refresh the front parts of your hair if you plan on having it in longer than a month. The fourth tip would be to wash your hair. This varies for people on when you choose to do it. Again, it depends on how long you have it in. But if you're doing a light moisturizer, I usually do it every 2 weeks and focus on your scalp. You could just do a co-wash or anything like that, especially if you put, you know, the gel on the edges, which I'm sure you guys do because edges gotta be on fleek. So yeah, make sure you have like a nice gentle conditioner or co-wash or even shampoo, anything that gets your hair super clean, and focus on your scalp and your edges and just clean that out and then rinse the rest down and you should be good. The fifth tip that I have to keep your hair looking, you know, pretty fresh and good as if you just got it done yesterday, even if it's been, you know, coming up on a few weeks, is to keep your hair tied up at night and put a little bonnet, girl. That's what I do. I usually just put a headscarf. That will ensure that my hair does not frizz up at night or anything like that. And then because it's super hot, ain't nobody got time to be sweating at night. And you also want to be mindful of your actual extension hair. I put everything up in a little bonnet, so it's probably not the most attractive, but it makes my hair look really, really good for a few weeks. So yeah, those are my tips. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much it for my video. It's pretty simple. Some of it may be new or some of it may not be new at all. Either way, I hope this video was somewhat enjoyable. If it was, make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video, maybe with a different hairstyle. You never know. Bye guys.